Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. My name is Megan Graham, and today I am here to talk to you a little bit about the X39 patches. And if you haven't used these before, these are something that I have been wearing for I've been wearing them for a year now, which is a really long time, and I am very happy I discovered them. Today, I wanted to come on and quickly talk about how to place the X39 patches. This is a question that I get all the time. So, if you don't know, I am a brand partner for Lifewave. And so I am constantly helping my personal clients and customers, setting them up with their patches and giving them instructions on how to use these. And a lot of people, so first of all, something I just want to show you, I am actually opening up a new package because I sent my older brother who was visiting home with another package. Actually, this is kind of an interesting thing. Usually, I think that the instructions are inside of here. Oh, they are. So when you open up your package, make sure to look. You're actually going to get a little instructional pamphlet. I think a lot of people just throw it away and they don't even realize that this is here. If you need to have a visual, you're going to see that they actually include a visual of an extremely ripped individual wearing the patches. I don't know who this guy is, but these are their two recommended placements for the X39 patch. So I'm going to talk about those placements with you. What I also want to point out is that you do not have to use these exact placements when you're placing your X39. So here we have our package of X39 patches. And just in case you're wondering, there are 30 patches in each envelope of these patches. Another question I get asked all the time is, do I wear the X39 during the day or do I wear it at night? You wear the X39 during the day. And this is a patch which is to be worn for up to 12 hours, and then you take it off and you discard it after 12 hours. I have heard from a lot of people that people are saying to wear it for 24 hours, etc. You are not supposed to wear this patch for 24 hours. It is up to 12 hours and not more than that. So this is what the actual patch looks like. It's just a little patch, and excuse my nails. My family was just in town and a blue pen exploded on my hand while they were here. We've got a little bit of a backing. They say X39 on the back as well. So a few different things that I just want to tell you. One is that if some people they can't use adhesive, maybe they're allergic to adhesive or something like that. Keep in mind, this is not medical advice. You can actually apply, you may not know this, you can apply this patch on top of your clothing and it's still going to work. So if you don't want to have the adhesive on your skin and you would prefer to put it on your clothing, or maybe you want to show it to a friend, you want to show your friend Susan that maybe she has some discomfort in her neck and you want to do a little patch demonstration, you can stick this patch on the outside of her clothing. And as long as it is within her infrared heat or light, her aura, if you will, of her body, it is still going to work. A lot of people don't know that, but it's a very handy little fact. Guys, if you are on my live stream now, please take a second to hit the thumbs up button and feel free to put any questions or comments into my YouTubes. I feel like I haven't been getting as many people kind of asking questions and comments. And I think if I don't get a little more interaction, I may not really come on Mondays and do my YouTubes because it's just more fun when people talk and comment and ask questions. And if it's just me, honestly, I get kind of bored. So if you like it, please feel free to comment and jump in and tell me to keep going because I need like interaction. It's what makes it fun for me. Hello, Trisha. So nice to have you here. And thank you. You always take the time to say hello. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that. So guys, we have this little X39 patch. And what I'm going to show you is there are the recommended placements. I wore a bodysuit just to show you. So one of the recommended placements is my belly button is right here. You can put it right below your belly button. That is one of the recommended placements. Super easy, right? So below the belly button, that's our first placement. The second placement is if you turn around, you would be putting it right here at the base of your neck. And I'm sure you've seen it. There are so many people that are wearing this patch right at the base of their neck. So those are two super easy spots. But here's what you don't know from reading the instructions. That is that those are not the only places that you can put this patch. And Trisha says, are there any issues if we accidentally leave them on longer? Sometimes I forget and go to bed, forgetting to remove my X39. So there aren't any issues, if you will, but what most people probably should do is take the patch off and just take a patch off for the day and then put the patch on again after skipping an entire day of patching, because we don't want our bodies to assimilate to that signal that the patch is sending and to have the patches stop working. So if you forget it on, usually what I do is I just skip the next day. Guys, if you're on there, could you please hit the thumbs up sign? That is so important. I'll give you guys a minute before I keep talking. If you can, please, please, please hit that thumbs up. That is what tells YouTube to show my clients and other people my content. So if you're not hitting the thumbs up and engaging either by asking a question, commenting, YouTube isn't going to show as much of my content. And if you don't know, YouTube is basically, it's my full-time job, if you will, although I don't do it full-time, as is being a Lifewave brand partner. So thank you for taking the time to click on that. Guys, I see 10 of you on here, but I see 3 thumbs up. Please take a second and do that. It makes a difference. It's free. It's free to hit the thumbs up. And if you don't like it, if you don't like the content, you can leave. Okay, so those are the 2 spots that they show you for the X39. When I am helping people that I set up with the patches personally, here's what I always tell people as well. Even though you see 2 spots for where you can put this patch on your body, I actually say if somebody has an issue, so say you started to use the patches because you've got something going on. Maybe you have some shoulder discomfort, maybe you have some discomfort in your leg, whatever it is, you've got something in your body that you feel needs a little bit of extra attention. Although this is going to work systemically, so if you put it on your back or if you put it on your belly, it's going to work systemically for your entire body. If you have an issue on your body, try putting the patch right on the issue, wherever your issue is. And I am not saying that this is a treatment or a cure, but put this patch, so let's say my husband was in Scotland golfing. He slipped on a wet, grassy hill and he fell and he hurt his shoulder. So he has been putting his X39 directly on his shoulder. And what I have found with my clients and my customers is that when they put this patch directly where their issue is, they're actually getting a little bit more relief and they're noticing a little bit more of a difference. Flonnie, how are you? Thank you so much for saying hello from Fort Myers, Florida. It's so nice to have you on here. Thank you. And I'm making sure it actually says Flonnie. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And Rose says that happened to me last night, forgot to take it off, but left it off today. That's great that you left it off. That's exactly what I do when I leave my patch on as well. I actually woke up I wear my Eon a lot of times behind my right ear, and I woke up with it behind my right ear. So I did the same thing. I just skipped a day with the patch and then I just started again. It's no big deal. It's not that it's going to hurt you. It's just that what David always says is that we don't want our bodies to get used to the signal that the patch is sending, as it won't work as well at that point. So we can obviously put the X39 directly where we have an issue. So say you have just this patch and that's the only one you have. You could put that, say you have some shoulder discomfort, right where your discomfort is. Most of my clients and customers that also have any kind of issue are using the Eon patch as well. And last week I came on really quickly just to show you guys a different placement so we've got the Eon here and the X39. And I was on a private call with David Schmidt and my team the other week. And David Schmidt, if you don't know him, he's the inventor and CEO of Lifewave. So what he showed us is that say you have discomfort on your shoulder, you can also put an Eon right on that point of discomfort. So I'm actually just going to use this and say my shoulder had discomfort. We would put the Eon right here. And then we would take the X39, and what he showed was a clock method, much like how you place the Icewave. A lot of people don't know, but the Icewave is a 2-patch set. And so he showed us to put the Eon here, and then to try to put at the 12 o'clock, we would put the 39. See how that feels. If we had any reduction in discomfort, we might keep it there. But then he said to put it on the 3 o'clock. So we're just rotating a little bit. And I'm only taking off half the sticker. So I can see how it feels. I can see if there is any change. And then we try the 6 o'clock. And lastly, we try the 9 o'clock. So after we move that X39 with just half the sticker off, we decide, maybe where I felt the best was when it was at the 9 o'clock. In that case, then we would take off the sticker from that and we would fully put it on our body and leave that. So the point of discomfort can also be the 39, and then rotating around it in a clock pattern is so the eons in the center, and then rotating around it in a clock pattern is the 39. So these are just some alternative ways. There's a lot of different ways to put the X39, and you don't have to only put it in one place. For a lot of my clients and customers, the other thing is if they have multiple, let's say, concerns in their body, I have them rotate the patch. So I don't wear my patch only on my belly button or only behind my back. I'm always at least rotating it between those two. And if there is another concern that I have in my body, I like to bring the patch right there. For instance, when I had recently, I had an old root canal that I had done when I was 26. I'm 48 now, so I had it done 22 years ago, and it had a stealth infection. So they actually pulled out my tooth that was back here, and I had some, let's just say I was sore. So I put my 39 right here on my cheek. I didn't put it inside my mouth, obviously. I wasn't looking to choke, but I put it right on my cheek on the other side of where that tooth would be. So it was in super close proximity, and I noticed an instant reduction in my discomfort. I also had the Eon. So I did Eon to support my body in healthy levels of inflammation, because pain, inflammation, obviously, I didn't want to have that. So I put the Eon right there. And that was how I used those 2 patches. And let's just see. Trisha says, interesting. Never thought of that. I just alternate between my belly and my neck. Yes, most people don't. And that's kind of where I come in. So a lot of what I do as a brand partner, I've signed up a lot of people. This is my full-time job. I don't work for Lifewave, but I work with Lifewave. And for my personal clients, we do consults, we talk about placement, and they usually text me or email me and check in with me so I can provide them support as they are using their patches. Rose says, I also alternate where my pain zone is. I think that's super smart, Rose. Alternating is great. We also just don't want our bodies to get used to any one thing. So I think that alternating makes a lot of sense. My mother was just visiting me this weekend, and we wound up, she's 80 years old, and I took her on a flat, it was really a walk. I wouldn't really call it a hike, but we did quite a bit of walking. And then I walked her over to the Princess Hotel, and we walked through their really big Christmas extravaganza. So she was pretty sore at the end of the night, and she does wear X39 daily, but I wound up also patching her with Eon, which made a tremendous difference because she was having some hip discomfort. And when she went to bed, I took off the Eon because it's only supposed to be worn for 12 hours, and I patched her on her left foot, on the bottom of her foot, with an Icewave, and on her right foot with the other Icewave. So the tan Icewave and the white Icewave, to bring her discomfort down, because she was, as soon as I took the other patches off, she was still having some discomfort. So I put those patches on her, and it made such a big difference, and she was able to sleep really soundly. I also patched her with these silent nights because I wanted her to just sleep really well. And I know that when you're traveling and you're in a different bed, it's very, it's almost like a primal response where we don't sleep well when we're not in our our normal place of sleeping. It just doesn't feel as safe. So my mom was really patched up this weekend when she was visiting. And Trisha says, I have been putting my Eon patch right on my golfer's elbow and it really helped. That is so smart. And I feel like, Trisha, a lot of people don't know how helpful the Eon patch is. Anytime any of my clients have any kind of discomfort, I'm always including the Eon patch as well. And it just makes such a significant difference. And many times they find that they aren't experiencing as much discomfort. And a lot of times, if they were taking something over the counter, they find that they're not taking that or they're not taking as much of it, which I think is a really good thing. And David, I'm so glad that you like it. I'm glad that it is helpful. Yes, everybody was in town. So if you don't know, I am from the Boston area originally. My husband and I live in Scottsdale now, which is completely just a different kind of life than the life that I had for so long. And so my family actually flew out here for a quick trip this weekend to see me before Christmas. So everybody was patched. I also wound up patching my older brother with X39 for the first time. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that is going to go for him. He has some, we're just going to see how it goes. He has some blood pressure concerns. So I chose, not as a treatment, but I chose the X39 just for general wellness. And he's going to check back with me every month to let me know how it's going. Does anybody have any questions about the X39? If you're just joining, again, just want to remind you that the X39 can go right below your belly button. It can also go right behind your neck, and you're going to get a little tiny booklet with every patch, every X39 patch that you order that has these directions in it. It just shows you a visual. But if you do not want to place it in those spots, or if you have some concerns that are calling for you to put a patch in a certain part of your body, you can put that X39. It's going to work anywhere on your entire body. So I have put it in many, many different places, and you can put it anywhere in your body. That patch is going to work. So it's a really wonderful patch, and it is so easy to put on. When I put that patch on my dogs and my cats, I just put it on their collars or their harnesses. And it's just very easy, and it's working all over their body. Trisha says, I always save my Silent Night patches for when I travel. Yes, they're great for when you travel. They're also really great. I think what a lot of people don't think about is that the Silent Nights patches are great as well if you're going to have a red eye flight. They are wonderful. My husband actually was in Turkey recently, and I sent him with the Silent Nights patches so he could sleep on the airplane, because sleeping on a red eye is just such a challenging thing. Hello, Gregory. It's always nice to see you. Gregory says Silent Night patch would be nice to gift during Christmas. Yes, absolutely. It would be a great patch to gift during Christmas. What I would always say is, if you gift the Silent Nights patch to someone, be sure to tell them it takes about 7 to 10 days for that patch to really work its magic. It's not an instant patch. It's not like taking a pill. It's a completely different thing. And so it's a cumulative effect. And some people do really well if they wear it on their head, perhaps on their temple. I put it right here on my mom the other night. And some people do well if they place the Silent Nights patch on their foot. So about 50% of people respond to putting the Silent Nights on their head. 50% respond to putting it on their foot. So you really have to cycle through all of those Silent Nights placements to figure out which one works for you. And obviously, we talked about placement of the X39. So as a reminder, up to 12 hours with this patch. And the other question I get asked all the time is, can I shower with this patch? Yes, you can shower with this patch. You can swim with this patch. It is possible that the patch might fall off if you're swimming. I just had a new client that's on vacation, and he said, can I swim? Can I be in the ocean? And can I be in the sun? And I said, absolutely, you can do those things. It's possible that you might lose your patch. You can always tape it back on with something like paper tape for the rest of the day, or hopefully you don't lose it in the ocean, because the ocean does not need any more trash, right? I mean, the patches aren't trash, but we also don't want to lose them in the ocean. So if you think you're going to lose it, don't wear it in the ocean, because we don't need any more plastic in there. However, yes, you can wear it in those ways. And they were also asking, can we drink when we're wearing the patch? Well, first of all, I'm not going to give medical advice. Have I had a drink before when I was wearing the patch? Yes, absolutely. I will say that hydration is extremely important when you are patching, and drinking is dehydrating. So if I am going to have my chosen drink of choice is always or what is it? No, not Clase Azul, 1942 tequila. And I would always hydrate and have electrolytes if I am going to be having a drink, because it's kind of the opposite thing, right? Like drinking is not exactly super healthy, right? It's not encouraging wellness in our bodies. So at least we want to hydrate and take care of our bodies if we're going to be doing both of these. And Trisha says, oh, would love to hear about patching our fur babies. Speaking of which, this is my new fur baby, Nina. She's a little Russian princess, and she's a little baby. She's so sweet. But yes, we can. They don't actually recommend patching your babies, because the FDA does not allow us to recommend a product for animals and people. But what I will say is that I do actually patch my animals. And for me, it's been super, super helpful. I use a fresh patch on my dogs and cats. And what I actually do is I have an AirTag holder for my cat's collar. And I don't use an AirTag because I don't want to be exposing my cat to EMFs. But the AirTag holder is actually like a beautiful little circle, and I can stick the patch right on. It works perfectly. And so that is how I patch my cats. And actually now I use that collar for my Yorkies too. If you have a bigger dog, it's super easy to just stick that patch right on their collar. I know you could stick it on their fur, but I just don't do that. And I also think that there's always a chance that an animal might eat the patch. If it's on their fur, they might kind of chew it off or something. So I put mine inside of my cat's collar. And Trisha says, I work out, sauna, and shower and have never had an issue. Yeah, so everybody's different, Trisha. I also do the same. I work out with my patches, sauna, and shower. The only patches that I've ever had come off are the patches that I wear on the bottom of my feet. So I have Lyme disease, so I get leg pain sometimes, and it's probably 2 or 3 times a month. And I put my Icewave on the bottom of my feet when that happens. I also use energy enhancer at times when I am doing jujitsu. And I put those on the bottom of my feet as well to just increase the flow of energy in my body. So I don't have a problem when I'm doing jujitsu and things like that, but the patches on my feet do tend to come off, Trisha. So I think it just depends where you're putting those patches. My husband, on the other hand, he puts the patches on and they always fall off when he's swimming. So I think it depends on the person. They don't fall off with everyone, but it is very possible that they can fall off when you put them on, you go swimming. So just see what happens for you. If you want to use something like paper tape, they stay on fine for me and they are still working. They just need a little extra adhesive sometimes to keep going. Any other questions from anyone on here? Just let me know. Also, just want to remind everybody that I've got links. So if you are a new client, if you haven't purchased patches before, and you are either interested in being part of my Lifewave team, I have a team of brand partners that I mentor that basically want to help people share the patches. And perhaps some people actually want to start a business with Lifewave, which is a totally different story, but it is amazing. If you're interested in doing that, I have a link to becoming a part of my team in the description of this video. And also, if you're not interested in becoming a part of my team, but you'd like to be one of my customers that has access to me for your questions and to learn how to use your patches, please feel free to send me either an email or to take, I actually just did a patch quiz for my new customers. So also, if you are new to Lifewave and not working with a brand partner, feel free to use that and I can send recommendations from there as well. So it's always fun to come on here and chat with everybody. Mond Green says, what about on my feet? Would I put them so they don't fall off easily? I have no idea. That's totally up to you. They might fall off easily if you put them on your feet. Just see what happens for you. But your placement, your personal, like how your body reacts, that's totally your call to see what works the best for you. But that is the spot on my body where the patches definitely fall off more easily. So you can experiment. I always come on here with different placements and different ideas, and then how you translate it to you is totally up to you. Those are kind of the things. Like, I do more personal recommendations for people, text and phone, that are my clients. But yes, you can figure out what works best for you. So anyway, guys, it was so nice to chat with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And just remember, you can put the X39 anywhere that you would like to put it. I like to put it where I believe that I have something that needs a little extra attention. But for the most part, because my healing has been wonderful, I just put it on the back of my neck or under my belly button most days. It's going to work any other place where you put it, so you do not have to put it in those spots. There are a few other spots that are very powerful acupuncture spots that I also recommend to my clients and things like that. So anyway, hope everybody has a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, remember, my links are in there. So if you're looking to be in contact with me, or even have a phone consult with me, and you're a new customer and you'd like my recommendations, feel free to send me an email. So thank you so much, everybody. It looks like my little mountain goat Alfie is right behind me. I will join you guys soon, and have fun patching. I hope that you have the amazing results that I have had as well. I'm 48 years old, and even though I'm not in, I wish I could say everything is perfect, everything has gotten so much better a year after using the Lifewave patches. I was so tired when I started. My skin looked so much older. I was losing hair on both sides of my head. I wasn't sleeping well. I was exhausted, and I had so much pain and or discomfort. I'll just say discomfort. I feel like a very different person a year after starting Lifewave, and I'm looking forward to seeing just what happens for me now that I am in such a good place. How much can I build on it as I continue to kind of wear my patches in to address. I like to wear them to support my body in a specific way as I heal. So I'm really excited about what this year brings. Trisha, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining, and thank you for joining the conversation, because I get so bored when it's just me. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Flonnie. I really appreciate you. Have a beautiful day, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone. Stay healthy and stay beautiful.